So at the auction, we're expecting two types of results. Either first, second, third call, sold, congratulations to the new buyer. Or first, second, third and final call, do we pass it in or do we hold it over? We see auctioneers doing all sorts of things, and what's the difference? To pass in a property means that from there, any offers or anything signed up in the contract is subject to the cooling off. So what we do is we hold over, not pass in. And what that allows us to do is we're not stopping the auction, we're just pausing it or holding the bid over. And that gives us up until midnight that day to sell the property under auction conditions to that highest bidder or to somebody else that's been there on auction day. Very powerful, because what we're trying to do is get the cash unconditional buyers and sell unconditionally. So we've sold the property. What happens next? We go inside. The purchaser needs to pay a deposit of 10%. Now they may have organised some arrangements for EFT on the next business day. I always advise, if they're going to do that, to come down with, say, $1,000 cash deposit so that they've put something down, then they can EFT the balance on the next business day. The other thing is signing off the contract. Now I've seen this a lot, so I'm going to give you a tip. Don't have the contracts in loose pieces of paper, because there are a couple of different copies and you get all the pages mixed up and it becomes a nightmare. Always have your contracts bound. If the property hasn't been sold at auction, that's okay. Now's the time to follow up the buyers, both conditional and unconditional. One of the things I love about the auction process is people always want what they can't have. And for that 3 weeks, the conditional buyer, subject to finance, subject to selling their house, they haven't been able to be in a position to put in an offer on the property. If the property is passed in and there are no, or held over and there are no cash unconditional buyers, it's then their turn. And I have literally seen conditional buyers run to the agent. Right, what do I have to pay? What can I pay? Totally different mindset than if it were, say, private treaty. If you don't get that, that's okay. Now's the time to follow up your conditional buyers and communicate with your vendors as to the process. And the other important thing after the auction campaign, as we move into the third process, so sale prior, sale on the day, or sale afterwards, is marketing with a price. So we need to sit down with the vendor and say, okay, over the last few weeks, this is where the market has been indicating. And now's the important time that we communicate with the market. You want to sell your property? Absolutely. So the price is very, very important. Use all the feedback that you've given the vendors every week. Use the feedback of the auction to get the price at a position where it'll sit in the market, and hopefully in the next week or 2 weeks, you have a successful result. Good luck, thanks for listening, and I really hope you enjoyed the segment.